What's up, guys? It is Sam here, and I'm going to get into what the title says as I progress to. But to give you some type of context, let me get this fucking shit fixed. Okay, so to give you some type of context, at the end of October, first of all, make sure you press that subscribe button. It's red, just like this cap, and that little bell notification so that YouTube can notify you every time I post a new video. So, at the end of October, high as fuck in bed, I was thinking about how I wanted to live my life. Like, think about this for a second. Ask yourself this, get really fucking high, and then ask yourself, how do you want your every day to be? Like, what would be an ideal day for you? Like, how would you live in your current house? Would you, like, move to a different country? Would you move to a different part of the state? And then, like, what would you do, right? And would you go into an office and work, or would you do something else, right? And started asking myself these questions, and then I decided I wanted to produce a source of income or sources of income online that would support my lifestyle. And the lifestyle I want to live is completely independent of any geographic location. So I don't want to necessarily be tied to any one particular geographic location here in the United States or necessarily around the world. So I started initially thinking that the primary thing was going to be YouTube, right? And I just started putting in work every day from the beginning of November and just every single day and making hundreds and hundreds of these videos. It's been about 5.5 months. Today's April 17th, so it's been about probably 700 videos since then, like 3 or so per day on average. And what I got into about 40 days ago was options trading. Now, to get a little bit of context on the options trading, I learned about those, I think it was in one of my senior classes in undergrad. And I was like, options, these are fucking cool as shit. These are super intriguing to me. And then I learned more about them throughout grad school and with the CFA and the CAIA and the CMT. These are different designations. You can Google them. That's CFA, CMT, CAIA. Just Google them and you'll find plenty of data around all those, except for maybe the CMT, but you'd have to go to their website, Google Chartered Market Technician. Anyways, so I decided to take a demo account with TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, and it started at $50,000. In about 90 days, I doubled the account value, and then I was thinking, well, this is probably a fluke, right? Like, this is very strange, right? Because you hear that, like, you can't beat the market, right? Like, that's what the empirical data shows. That's what the research shows, is you can't beat the market. But that's based on, like, the stock market. And that's based on mutual funds, which are heavily regulated. So, like, people who are trading outside of that, who trade differently, that data is not necessarily reported. And that was kind of the thought process, because that's everywhere I've heard, like, in undergrad and grad school and throughout the different designations that I was just mentioning, I would always hear that, and I didn't think, like, I was like, that has to have been a fluke, like, maybe it was just because it wasn't my money. In a demo account, it's just like, it's real market data, but it's not real money. So you get to trade and see what it's like without actually putting your money up. So I doubled that account value from about $50,000 to about $100,000 in about 90 days. And then I didn't do anything with it, and I was like, that has to be a fluke. And then about a month ago, 40 days ago, I decided to start trading options in my personal account with Robinhood. Robinhood is a completely free brokerage. By the way, there's a link in the description. If you do decide to use Robinhood to invest, it's absolutely free to trade. You get a free share of stock if you use the link. But obviously, I get a free share of stock. You get a free share of stock, but it's probably about like $5 worth. I got Sirius XM and Zanga. When my girlfriend signed up, I got Zanga, and then when somebody else signed up, I got Sirius XM satellite. Anyways, so I started in the month of March, right? I started on the 10th of March, I think, which is a Sunday or Saturday. By the end of March, I made $740. Right, as I just mentioned, it's April 17th right now. And so far I've made close to $6,000 this month, or $5,000 or something like that. I have to double check all the numbers, but yesterday, and I pulled this up so that I can show you. Yesterday, because the market's live right now, on my account, I made over $1,000 in one day. So I took a screenshot of this from yesterday. As you can see, it says move to archive because I took a screenshot of this yesterday. I'll show you the date on here. So I'm just going to go to info. This was right here. You can see 7 o'clock last night. I made $1,000 in one day. 1,000, and I'm going to just click here. If you look at that right there, $1,093 in one day. And when I started, the numbers that I was just talking about was that I wanted to get to $100 a day online. That is 10x that in one day. One day, almost $1,100. That's fucking insane. So even if I could just do, I'm completely blown away, first of all. Second of all, I want to show some consistency. So I want to be able to consistently for the next at least 3 months be able to do at least $3,000 a month, right? Because I need $3,000, $100 a day. This $3,000 a month, to be able to use that to live off of. And I'm going to show you guys along the way. Now, what I am doing, I'm trading credit spreads on primarily Tesla, Netflix, and Amazon. So, two of the primary reasons, juicy premiums, which just means that the premium for selling credit is much larger. So selling, what is selling credit? Selling credit is if I take in money, right? So if you have a credit on something, you receive something. If you have a debit, then you pay something. So I'm selling spreads, which is I take two contract positions, one close to the money and one further out of the money, and I sell this one and I purchase this one. So this is more expensive than this one. So I sell this and I purchase this. The delta between those is the credit. That's how much I get. So with those three things, Tesla, Amazon, and Netflix, they have much juicier, like bigger spreads. First of all, that reduces the risk in a spread, but also the second reason is because there's a tremendous amount of interest in these stocks. So because there's more interest, it allows you to get in and out of positions. Whereas if you were trading like, I don't know, here one on the screen right here, Star. I have no idea what that is. There's 214 people following it. STAAR is their ticker symbol. I have no idea what that is. Or Smart and Final. Like, I don't know who the fuck that is or what that is. But these other companies, not saying there's anything wrong with it, but there's not as many people paying attention to them. So with options, if there's nobody paying attention to it, you have to be able to sell to somebody else. So if nobody else is paying attention to it, then it's harder to get into and out of positions, especially if it's something that's illiquid. So I want those two things. I want juicy premiums, and I want to be able to get out of positions and get into positions. Those are the two primary factors that I will look at when I'm considering some type of stock to trade their options on. And I'm only trading weeklies currently. I'll probably extend that maybe to 2 weeks out or something at some point, but I want to reach $25,000 in my account balance first. So if you guys have any questions at all, let me know down below in the comments. If you have been watching this from the beginning, back in November, first of all, thank you. Anybody else, make sure you press that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing. Oh, by the way, the reason that I want to get to $25,000 is because the SEC, which is the Securities and Exchange Commission, if you have a small, they call it a small account value, which is less than $25,000, you can't do day trading. So in order to be able to do day trading, I have to have over $25,000 in my account balance now. So I'm doing all this without day trading. I also, by no means am I trying to say this is anything like that I'm good by any stretch of the imagination, but I haven't had a losing trade. But I think that would probably be par for the course for selling credit spreads. So, anyways, if you guys have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Make sure you press that thumbs up button for $1,000 a day. Now, let's see if I can get this like once a week or something like that for $1,000 a day. That'll be astonishing. I'll keep you guys posted how much I make for the month. Stay tuned for like the weekly updates. The market closes early this week because of the holiday. So I will be making a earnings update video probably closer to this weekend or early next week or something like that. So stay tuned for that. Talk to you soon. Peace.